Bible, or should I say, radical, critical, fanatical, numerical, ladical, K-ladical, God-ladical. I'm actually doing this video on a bumpy road, and it's a good thing because I want to hit on the topic of non-profit organization registry. Because of mega churches that's got thousands of people and millions of donations, that's why the roads ain't fixed. That's why the roads ain't being repaired. Because mega churches and churches wants to have nice fancy buildings and don't want to give anything to society. And Daystar, I'm coming down on you in a hot way, in a radical way. And it needs to be done. You see, according to statistics, there's something like 330,000 churches in the USA. And something like 660,000 homeless people. But that's statistics. It's not 100% accurate. You see, I'm a truck driver. I basically stay in the truck. I live in the truck. So I'm technically considered to be homeless, yet I'm not homeless. So that's not added to the statistics. If you look at my paycheck now, California reckons any person earning under $155,000 a year is technically homeless. So yeah, homelessness is as a topic that can be talked about for hours on end. But yeah, there is one church in Knoxville, Tennessee that took on a homeless woman. Gave her a place to sleep, talked to her and counseled her and counseled her and talked to her, and she finally got a job and then got married to one of the church members and started a family. And as she was about to give a testimony of her life, she got a heart attack behind the pulpit while giving her testimony. But it's a matter of a 5-year struggle to help a homeless person. 7-year struggle to help a homeless person as an entire church congregation. I see tithing, it came to me that it's very unbiblical. It's not biblical to take money from people. That's the reason why Jesus Christ stepped into a church with a whip, turning the church into a marketplace. I've listened to all the secretive recordings and public secretive recordings and all people spoke about Daystar and all the things that Daystar spoke about on social media and on their own ministry channel and. So I got the crux of the situation. So Pete the pedophile is guilty, yeah. But you see, if you taking money from people and you call yourself a ministry or a church or spreading the gospel, then you will have situations of sexual assault and abuse and yada yada yada. But that's, you see, I felt kind of sorry for Jonathan. Little baby lamb got abused. Now you see, I do regular YouTubing where I scroll down, watch the next video, scroll down, watch the next video, and I came about a young girl of about 23, 24 years of age. Now, you see, if you're in your 20s, you're not adult yet. You are adult, but you're not adult yet. Biologically, your body is still kind of growing until the age of about 30, 31, 32, 33. And then it starts stagnating until about the age of 40. And then it starts going down slowly, downhill. So it's climbing, stagnating, downhill. That's life. So 23 years of age, you're still kind of a child. Although you're an adult, you're still kind of a child. You don't have much experience in life. Not under the belt, but in life. You see, as a 19-year-old, I worked as a security guard at a place similar to Walmart in South Africa. And it was kind of a rough neighborhood. And basically, this 12-year-old girl, the way she looked at me, she was ready to demolish me in the bedroom. A 12-year-old girl being more sexual than a 19-year-old man. Making pedophilism to not really be pedophilism. If a 12-year-old girl is more adult enough than a 19-year-old man, 19-year-old boy. I mean, I was kind of afraid the way she looked at me. And I was a security guard. And she smoked at the age of 12. She smoked at the age of 12. I recall being about 11 years of age in another part in South Africa. And everyone spoke about a certain school bus that takes children to a certain school, but it's en route to the next school. So what some children used to tend to do is take this one bus and then from there take the other bus to get to the second school. Basically, you get off at the one bus stop before the first school, and then you wait for the other bus that goes to the second school and carry on. But yeah, to what I've heard, what happens on this one school bus, 7-year-old children taking each other's eyes out, strangling one another on a school bus, 7, 8, 9 years of age. So you get people in life and you get people in life.
Continue on I-64.
But yeah. So what people do, you cannot really put an age to it. Now, South Africa, in many respects, used to be on similar standards than the USA. So you can't say, yeah, it's Africa. South Africa was one of the top 10 countries in the 80s. Top 10 countries in the world. At a certain stage, the South African currency was 2 times stronger than the USA currency. Meaning you needed $2 for 1 South African rand. That was back in the 70s. So yeah, too short, day too long. It's a Western civilized country, just like the USA and Australia and Canada. It's colony countries from Europe. But let's carry on this, because I want to get to the point. So you running a church or a ministry on business principles, board members and yada 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 and yada yada yada, and everyone gets a paycheck and everyone gets a company vehicle and. But you don't help the people that's truly in need. But you call it a ministry. Oh, bumpity bumpity bump. But yeah, in any case, excuse my sinuses, I've been smoking from the age of 16, so it's normal, it's life. As your body starts going down in life, then stuff happens. It's part of life. Now, I assume, by what I hear, Daystar is kind of charismatic, Pentecostal, because you guys talk about Rodney Howard Brown and Brown Rodney Howard. Now, Rodney Howard Brown and Jonathan Shuttleworth are 2 South Africans that learned how to get the money from Americans. Swindle Americans out of their money. But yeah. But you guys must carry on as you are carrying on, because I would like to see a few more pictures of Benny Hinn and Paula White Kane booking into the same hotel in Rome, Italy. and holding hands, coming out of the hotel room like they just did it. So you guys must carry on like you're carrying on. I love it. It gives me entertainment of what the world is doing. How people call themselves Christians, but they ain't Christian. Now, if it comes to Joni Lamb, after Marcus died, technically according to biblical principles and biblical regulations and what's been mentioned in the Bible, then Marcus Lamb's brother, had to take on Joni Lamb's wife, meaning then he's married to his wife and Marcus's wife to keep her covered, according to the Bible. So you guys ain't doing biblical stuff. So you guys ain't really a church. You guys ain't really a ministry. Because if you don't follow the rules and regulations of the Bible, then you can't really call yourself a Christian church, a church. You can call yourself a non-profit organization, but you're not a church. You can call yourself a non-profit organization just to evade taxes. You see, if churches and big corporations like Walmart doesn't evade taxes, and the ugly roads that I drive on will be maintained. But you guys are evading taxes, so I have to drive on roads that's not being maintained. All because you guys want to evade taxes. By saying we are non-profit, but we got profits in the church. But it's a non-profit church. But we got prophesying and deliverance and yada yada yada. You play with the devil and the devil will catch you. Currently we got something like radical high inflation in the USA, where a little single room and you need to share the bathroom with 5 other dirty people, then it costs you, give or take, between $1,500 and $2,000 a month, depending on what city you are and what town you are and so forth. And the average paycheck as a Walmart register or Walmart stock taker or Walmart laborer, then you earn on average about $2,500–3,000 a month, which comes down to $43,000 a month, a year, give or take. I'm not sitting here with a calculator currently, so yeah, I'm just roughing it. Not roofing it, but roughing it. Now, I've heard that the board members' paychecks from the ministry is what? I can't recall exactly, but it seems to be like $80,000 a year or $120,000 a year. So you take people's money and you call it, yeah, people need to tithe. People need to tithe. No, people don't need to tithe. listen to how you guys install trackers to spy on one another and company vehicles. Meaning, let's say I decide to join Daystar Ministry and I'm doing clerical work at Daystar Ministry, then technically I can use the Porsche or whatever company vehicle is available because I'm part of the ministry. I'm family. Then you don't even need to be a board member. You're part of the ministry. So anyone besides Tony and Jonathan Lamb can use company vehicles. The security guard can use a company vehicle. But yeah, for a church to have a security detail boils the mind. Meaning you're doing stuff that irritates people and you need security. If you're truly biblical and you do things on a biblical manner, then yeah, you don't need security detail at all, because who's going to target you? Why would you need security? So meaning you guys are doing things that where you need a security detail. If a church has got a security detail, that tells me stay away, keep away. If a church doesn't have a security detail, then hey man, this is a nice church, let me join. They trust one another. All is hunky-dory. You taking tithing from people and you getting a paycheck out of that tithing, and people are doing donations and you getting a paycheck out of those donations, and then you post stuff on social media where Jonathan Lamb and Susie Lamb goes gallivanting across the country, goes to Missouri for spring break, goes to Colorado for summer break, goes to Seattle for winter break. It's nice to flow in the money while most of society is suffering. And then you call yourself a goddamn church, you call yourself a goddamn ministry, you call yourself, we are spreading the gospel. But you live like kings. You got a fancy dancy building, huge building. If you look at the castles in Europe, it's been built over generations. Wealth comes over generations, not in one generation. If it comes in one generation, then you're swindling the people out of their hard-earned money. Then you're a thief. Same with John MacArthur. Got 3 houses. Why does he need 3 houses? Oh no, but John MacArthur earned his money legit. He earned his money genuinely, in a good way. Bullshit. If you can become a millionaire overnight, then there's something wrong. Then you know how to play with the minds of people to tell them, give your money, give your money, give your money. We'll call it tithing, just give it. So you guys need to repent. Then sexual abuse won't happen in your community. You guys need to repent of the wicked ways how you run a ministry. Then certain things in life will not happen in your community. Sexual abuse will not happen. $30,000 on a honeymoon of a moon of honey. The moon honeys, and then you call it a honeymoon. Then those things won't happen. But you guys are doing things in a certain way that you can say it's wicked and evil. Now, Susie Lamb is from another country where she suffered most of her life, didn't have much money. She and her family suffered, but they were happy. There was no money involved, but they were happy.
Keep right to
Now, Susie Lamb
I-64
is in an environment where the money flows, but nobody is happy. So she can technically say, people come right. Look at me. We never had issues because we never had money. Money is the root of all evil. Or am I pulling it out of context?
Be in either of the two right
Rude.
lanes.
Rude is the evil of all money. Evil is the root of all money. You gotta be a bit of humorous while talking about serious stuff. Why not? If not, why not?
Continue on I-64.
At least I don't force people to tithe and say people and tell people, ooh, God will taste you if you don't tithe. You don't taste God, so you better tithe. I don't put the fear in people so that I can live in luxury, so that I can go on spring break and summer break and winter break and autumn break and break a break and break a break a breaker. Oh yeah, but we've built a nice fancy building called Daystar. You need to build in life. You need to aspire to something. You can aspire to something over generations. Your grandchildren can carry on building on to a half-built building. That's how the castles in Europe has been built. mentioned earlier, came across a 23-year-old girl, and she mentioned the abuse that she got throughout her childhood. It's like a 2-3 hour long video. I can share the link if I need to, but then I'll have to copy the link and put it in the description of this video and yada 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 yada. Maybe I'll do that later on, but yeah. What I'm wanting to get to, sexual abuse happens all over in life. 60 to 70% of people in the USA has been through sexual abuse. 60 to 70% of foster children are being abused. It happens. I was 9 years of age when a popular singer in South Africa called Jody Wayne got me in his hotel room and put his hand on my cheeks here and said, "I love you like a brother." As gay, as a coot as can be. But yeah, I was almost abused at the age of 9. I've had situations in life. It happens on a daily basis all over the world. It's not only in the Lamb's family. It happens in society. If you listen to this girl's testimony that she gives about how she went through abuse, and yet she's still good looking at the age of 23, she still carries on, she still tries to live life, she still works. You carry on. There's a specific place in the Bible, somewhere in Corinthians or Acts or Corinthians 2, where it says, "Brethren, sort out issues amongst yourself. Don't take it to the courts in front of unrighteous men." Now, I'm not talking just about sexual abuse. So Johnny Lamb gets a lawyer and Jonathan Lamb gets a lawyer, and they do board meetings like it's going out of fashion with lawyers and lawyers and lawyers. So you guys are spending tithing money and donations to the ministry on lawyers. Then it's begotten to why you go through situations. Then you need to welcome situations happening in your community, because you like to abuse money that's been donated and been tithed. You don't get lawyers, you don't call church leadership board members. You call church leadership church leadership. If you want to run it like a business, then call it a business. Don't call it a goddamn church. Don't call it a goddamn ministry. It's like Benny Hinn that stated, "No, he went to Rome on business ministry." Sorry, you just get ministry. You don't get business ministry, you don't get entertainment ministry, you just get pure, plain and simple ministry. Where Benny Hinn thinks of business ministry is delusional. But he likes to wave his jacket and make people fall. He likes to run a circus. So yeah, big get to what comes to you if you're running, if you're spreading the gospel way in wicked ways. Begotten. If you've got wicked ways and evil ways of saying, we are spreading the gospel, we are proclaiming the good news, you're not doing that. You're getting money out of it. It would take me an entire week on thought pattern, just on thought pattern, to think out a preaching while working, while driving truck. It wouldn't take me 7 days and call it a 9-to-5 job to write down stuff for preaching. Technically, I can step onto stage and do a preaching without spending 7 days in a church office just driving truck. I need to speak about this, and I need to speak about that, and I need to speak about this and that and that and this. So yeah, you guys are playing around, and if you play around, you get bitten. Entertain the devil, and the devil will entertain you. Play around with the devil, and the devil will play around with you. So Jonathan Lamb, please continue to post stuff on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok, or where you guys go on spring break, showing people how you spend their hard-earned money that they've given to see God's word is being spread. Oh, we had a wonderful time. Oh, we had a wonderful spring break on the money that people has given to see, to be able to see our people in society are being helped by the money that they have given. Each and every Lamb member can go and get a job and still preach on Sunday. Each and every Lamb member can go and get a job and once a week step into a studio and say, put makeup on, let's do a TV show. Hopefully I'm not supporting Daystar Ministries in my daily life. Because if I know I'm supporting Daystar, if I watch a certain video of someone on YouTube, the next time I'll skip it or I'll minimize it so that it won't ever show up on my side again. Letters Broadcasting Network. I will make sure I don't support them, because all of you guys are busy playing with the devil. There's a song about it. God help us. We've been playing with the devil too long. Listen to that song. You guys are destroying society by calling yourself a ministry, by calling yourselves spreading the gospel. I spread the gospel as well on my Facebook page, and I don't earn 1 cent from it. I don't make money off it. I don't ask people to donate. I don't ask people to tithe. It's a hobby. More people like me and ministries won't exist. That's why the church likes social media, because social media is busy nullifying the idea of needing a ministry. But yeah, enough of me.